Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another channel update, and this one I am calling the political episode. And the reason why I'm doing that was because this particular channel update is dedicated to politics, especially what's happening here in the United States. Now usually I don't do these kind of videos about social commentary and talk about politics all that often, but with this particular year coming up with 2020, I do believe I to bring up a very important series of political matters that will be coming down, especially since, you know, this is a huge election year. We got primaries going on, we got presidential elections taking place, elections in Congress, all kinds of stuff. And it all boils down to one key issue that I think you guys need to be fully aware of. And that's the reason why I'm doing this political episode. And that key political issue is this: political signs. This is what I'm going to be talking about today on our political issue, political episode on this one. And the reason why that is the case is because, as you probably are aware, if you've been driving along anywhere in the United States, you've been seeing political signs out the wazoo. All right, as you can see here, we have all kinds of political signs. As you can see here, these are just some general images of what's happening all over the country. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Commander Cheapskate, why are you talking about political signs? What is the huge deal about that? Well, the reason why I bring this up is because if you'll notice, all these signs will go out, and that's been going on pretty much since the beginning of the year, because you have state primaries all over the country. You also have local primaries. You also have local elections taking place all over the country. So because of that, there's all these political signs sticking out everywhere you go. The problem, though, and this is why I'm bringing up this issue, the reason why this is a problem is because chances are the elections have already ended for a lot of places, but the signs are still up. And I'm not sure whoever these elected officials are or whatever their campaign office is, but chances are they are not going to go by and pick these signs up. That's just a simple fact of the matter. That's just the way it is. Usually they just kind of leave it out there, and either the wind or it adds to littering, or they just kind of stay there into infinity until somebody comes down and takes them down, or the city cleans them up, or whatever the case may be. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because these signs, if they're long abandoned, I want you to do your civic duty. And I want you to go out there and I want you to grab these signs for yourself and use them for our hobby, for your miniatures wargaming hobby. And the reason why is because these signs are, free, for one. They're usually very large, that way people can see them. And secondly, they're really good really good stuff to use in order to do crafting, especially if you want to do terrain, especially. A lot of these boards are either made out of plastic card, really thin plastic card, or pretty thick plastic card, just depends, which you can use, of course, to do conversions. You can use that to add armor plating to vehicles. You can add that to make terrain and armor plating for all kinds of stuff. If you're really lucky, these boards are actually consist of two thick layers of plastic sheeting, and then they have like these little eyes that go down the center of them. And the reason why that is the case, that's so important, is because if you cut those along the width or length of it along the connections, you could actually make really simple I-beams. In fact, a lot of the structures that Iron Major makes for us with all of those I-beams that we have, especially for our Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team and Necromunda terrain, all of those are made with these kind of signs because they make beautiful I-beams that you can use for all of your structures. Not to mention, if you want to build buildings, these are really good walls to use in order to make your buildings out of. If you want to add support structures to your buildings in order to add multiple floors and things, these are perfectly awesome for that part as well. And the best part about it is, you can see here, some of these are actually pretty expensive. Like this one, for example, is just a cent, but as you can see here, some of these can go up to $20 in some cases, right? So instead of going out and buying those at your local hardware store or wherever whatever signage store that might be existing in your area, you can just go up and get these, because usually these are abandoned by the side of the road, by the side of the highway, with no one picking them up. You'll be doing two things: one, you'll be picking up these up and stopping litter from taking place, and secondly, you'll be doing your civic duty to keep your community clean. And of course, you could also use these things in order to create your hobby more things for your hobby. So things like terrain, you could use these for conversion works. I mean, the applications for these political signs is quite literally limitless. In fact, every single structure that you see us build on our channel, whether it is support beams or plastic card or foam board or whatever the case may be, most often than not, these are usually items that these structures that we build are usually from these, is what we usually get them from, just from the political signs that we find on the side of the road. That, or like signs for like stores that are closing, or announcements of various sorts, or whatever the case may be. But like I said, like this last election back in 2016, after that election ended, our Iron Major and I were driving around town realizing like 3 months had passed. It was like in February, and these signs were still up, and none of the political campaign offices had came out to pick them up at all. And so we just figured, okay, well, we'll take care of ourselves. We just ran around our local area, picked them up real quick, and brought them back home and used them. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So as you can see here, politics is very, very important, especially here in the United States. And as course, we get all these political signs, and that's the key focus of this episode. So if you see these and your primaries are over with, or your elections are over with, and you just see these over the place and they're just kind of sitting there just rotting away in the wind and causing pollution, do your part, clean up the streets, pick up these political signs and use them. Oh, also don't forget to vote as well. If you believe in voting, vote. If you don't believe in voting, that's fine too. It's your, it's your rights. Don't really care about that part. So there you go, you guys. Just a really simple, basic announcement for the political issue on this one. So this is the political issue channel update. The reason why I'm bringing that is because in my local area, a lot of these political signs are just kind of running away, and I'm going to go out there with our major here pretty soon and go pick some of these up and bring them back home to use for our terrain. So you should do exactly the same thing, because you can save a bundle and make some really cool, awesome stuff. So there you go, you guys. That's the channel update for this one. We will catch you guys week after next. Next week, I'll be not posting up any content next week, and the reason why is because it is the week of 4th of July. I'm going to be going to go visit family members and loved ones. So I'm going to go spend a week with them and chill out with them and celebrate the holidays. For that point, though, so because I'm not going to put up any new content for that week. So week after next, after the 4th of July weekend, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming. So if you're wondering why there's nothing up, that's probably why. All right, unless of course, like some government official realized I'm taking their signs and they sent a hit squad after me or something. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys, that's good to do for this one. As always, please read, like, comment, and/or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest, greatest hobby news related to our channel. That's good to do for this one, you guys. We'll catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.